So these are my top tips for teenager as far as drinks are concerned. Drinks may be one of those real bugbears for you with your teenagers. So when they're out with their friends, they may prefer to have high sugar loaded drinks. It might even be fizzy pop, that sort of thing. And we really don't want them to be having that. The amounts of sugar in those drinks are extremely high. They won't be good for their skin, won't be good for their digestion, and they definitely won't be good for their mood. So it's about making sure that you set yourself up for success at home. And again, you are showing them the sorts of things that you drink, and they are learning from you constantly. Hi, I'm Davis-Munro, single mum of 3 teenagers, and I have over 20 years experience in the field of well-being, physical education, food and nutrition. My number one choice for teens and children and us will always be water. So you need to ensure that you are constantly giving your teens water. So they're having a sort of 6 to 8 glasses a day, 6 to 8 really good glasses, a glass before they go to bed, first thing in the morning, a glass of water to then cleanse their system. And I love the analogy for water of your body being like a stream. So you're putting all the things into it, and some of the time you're not putting the right foods in. But it's like a stream. So you've got your mud, you've got your rocks, you've got everything along the way in the stream. And then every now and then you tip the water in from the top and you flood that stream. And so where the water was running quite muddy, quite dense, quite gritty in places, you keep flooding it out and you keep cleansing and cleansing and cleansing. And I just love that analogy. And for teens, that's so important, because this is the sort of thing that's going to see a real big benefit on their skin and other major organs. Most of us made up of water, so we have to keep replenishing. We can do without food, we can't do without water. So that will be my top tip. Get them a really nice bottle that they like carrying around, or actually get them a bottle that they feel comfortable with. My 16-year-old has had so many lovely bottles that I've bought him, but he prefers to take an old, really rubbishy bottle with a red top that he used to have some water in ages ago, and that's always his preference. So maybe that's cooler, but get them something that they are happy with and they're comfortable to carry around, from football to dance to college to school to whatever. So apart from that, it's about making sure that you've got the right things in your fridge and your cupboard. And I would recommend a range of different milks, and also juices. If you're going to buy juice, you must make sure that it's pressed juice and it is not from concentrate. Concentrate will make sure that it has got lots and lots of extra hidden sugars that you don't want. So if you're going to buy a juice, make sure that it's pressed juice. And then what I would do is, I've only filled this up not even halfway. I would then make sure that I filled it to here with water. So you always dilute. That's too much sugar, too much fructose for them to be taking in. So make sure that you then fill it 50% full of water if they're going to have juice. A better option would be to have some infused water, which I make a huge container full a day and take it to the gym and have it around the house with me. So this is full of mint, strawberries, I've got lemon in here, but I love lime as well, and cucumber. Cucumber is probably the best thing there is. It's very alkalizing. Best thing there is for infused water. The flavour picks it up very, very quickly, and the water is quite strong. So you'd think that, well, actually my teen's not going to go for that. But once you've got these lovely delicate flavours in and you're starting to change their palate, then this becomes really refreshing. And it's a really lovely thing, again, to take to sport, take to school, and to keep cleansing throughout the day. Now onto coconut water. Coconut water, again, you could dilute your juice with coconut water, or coconut water is a great thing to throw in smoothies. It's very, very hydrating again, and it's a lovely way of cleansing and making sure that you are getting those electrolytes back into your teenager as well. Now, in terms of milks, these have really improved over the last few years. So if you don't want to make your own milk and you haven't got time to make a nut milk or anything else, you don't need to. But there are a range of lovely nut milks out there, from almond to hazelnut to walnut. I love almond milk, and so do my teens. But a really top tip is to mix them, because some of them have a thinner consistency than others. And you will be, if you're weaning yourself from dairy, then you will be used to a slightly thicker consistency. The thicker consistency milks would be the soya and would be the oat milks. This almond milk is a relatively thinner milk. So if I'm going to have a drink, then I would mix a whole lot. So I'd mix a little bit of coconut, a little bit of almond, a little bit of soya, and a little bit of oat milk. And then I get to that perfect consistency that I'm used to. And they all taste slightly different. If you're going to make a white sauce, then I'd recommend you use soya. That's wonderful. But the teens can either have these on their cereals, or they can have them as a one-off drink when they come in from school, or you can again put them into something else. So these are wonderful in smoothies with your fruit and your nuts and everything else. Or when my teens come in, they love to have a milkshake. So they've had their smoothie in the morning, that I don't care if they eat nothing all day, because they've had 3 portions of fruit and veg. And if they've had nothing else, they've had enough to keep them going. So I'm going to make a couple of banana milkshakes here. This will make 4 really good glasses. And I have 2 large NutriBullet jars here. And I've got some bananas that are slightly older than the others. They're actually more nutrient dense when they're at this stage. And I don't like eating them at this stage, but they are wonderful to put in banana breads and they're wonderful to put in milkshakes. So I am going to put 2 bananas in each NutriBullet jar. 1 more to go. Just roughly in half. Okay, and then I've got some organic mixed nuts. So I'm going to give them a good dose of protein, potassium in the bananas when they come home from school. So I've got almonds in here, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, walnuts, good dose of each. All right, and then I'm going to use a selection of milks. And today I'm going to use half almond milk, and I'm going to use some oat milk to top up. Okay. Just going to wash my hands briefly. All right, then I'm just going to whiz these in my NutriBullet. Now, you might be at a slightly different state with your stage with your teens, so that they might need something slightly sweeter. And again, I would recommend all the usual things: a little bit of Manuka honey, a little bit of coconut nectar, a little bit of jaggery. So we have our metal straws, because we won't do plastic. And there's their 2 milkshakes.